On September the 4th, 2013, the Heritage Foundation received the largest gift in our 40-year history, $26 million from the family of the late Shelby Cullom Davis and Kathryn W. Davis. This extraordinary gift will endow the work of the Kathryn and Shelby Cullom Davis Institute for International Studies at Heritage, and the earnings will make the Davis Institute a permanent source of research to strengthen American sovereignty and to ensure America's national security primacy, as well as strengthen American diplomatic, military, and intelligence capabilities. On September 18th, Diana Davis Spencer and Abby Moffat joined the entire Heritage staff at an all-team meeting and were introduced by Ed Feulner.
These two ladies, and Shelby and Kathryn, were such an integral part and have been such an integral part of Heritage from the very early days. And just a moment of history. History back a very long time. Shelby Davis's uncle, Shelby Moore Cullom, was governor of Illinois. He was Speaker of the Illinois House of Representatives during the Civil War. He was a 5-term United States Senator from Illinois, and he passed away 5 years after our Shelby was born in Peoria. So if you go to Wikipedia and you look up Shelby Cullom Davis, you'll see that he's from New York and that he died at Hobe Sound, Florida. Well, they forgot his real roots in Peoria, and we remember that from what Shelby represented. Shelby was on our board from 1979 until 1992. He served as chairman from 1985 until 1992. He and Kathryn and a number of us had great opportunities to travel through Asia, travel through Europe, to recount with Kathryn her experiences of riding across the Russian plains on horseback in the 1930s, to talk to them about their joint time together at Columbia, then at Geneva, where they both received PhDs, to talk to Shelby about writing a book in Washington's University Club down on 16th Street, right next door to the Russian embassy in the run-up to World War II, to really live history, but to know their deep commitment to the ideas we have. Shelby Davis founded something called Concerned Alumni of Princeton. That's where he received his undergraduate degree. He was very concerned about how Princeton was and wasn't teaching history, and he wanted it to be done on a more balanced and fairer basis. Shelby and Kathryn gave us a $10 million gift on our 25th anniversary to start our Shelby and Kathryn Davis Center for Foreign Policy Studies. And now we're here to celebrate their further commitment to what we do here at the Heritage Foundation in terms of foreign and defense policy studies. And to be here with both Diana and Abby. Diana's been a friend for very, very long time. We have worked together side by side on so many things, going back to your involvement with teaching free enterprise to young people through NIFTY and organizations like that. Abby and I had the opportunity to serve on the ISI board together as well as on the Heritage board here now. And it's just so great to be able to welcome them here, to be able to say personally thank you for what you have done and what the family represents really to the whole Heritage tradition. So thank you both very, very much. Diana?
Thank you so much, Ed. It's really great to be here and to tell you really firsthand how much our family cherish the Heritage Foundation for being at the forefront, upholding the Constitution, the principles of a limited government, and to continue with our free market system. My father was a historian and a visionary, and he saw that Heritage would be the most highly effective organization to carry on his legacy for future generations. And he was right. You are at the forefront on the battlefield, continuing to preserve our precious freedoms. And just this week, I was happy to read both Ed Feulner's op-ed, excellent, and Jim DeMint's, supporting our constitutional principles and how they apply to challenges both in our nation and in the world arena. In today's unsettling, complex, and challenging world, your message is key. Thank you all for your dedication, for just keeping at it and preserving America's exceptionalism. I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you. That was
It is a real honor to be here and to thank each and every one of you and to thank your families for the sacrifice that you're making, as my mother's already mentioned. We know that there's over 250 of you here, but there's thousands and thousands of people's lives you are transforming. My grandfather saw that in Ed Feulner and believed that all great people come from the Midwest. Please. And saw the vision. But he also liked Southerners and Northerners and Westerners. And we do have a little bit of the South Carolina, groupies. Yeah. Anyway, in any case, he saw a vision that he shared with Ed and believed that Heritage, like my mother already said, would be here for years to come. He wanted Heritage to grow and to always be thinking ahead. And one thing he saw with Ed, that Ed would be able to think 20 and 30 years out. And I had the opportunity of sitting with Ed at lunch, which is an experience in itself. I talked to him and I said, you know, the Cold War's over, but my grandfather always said danger's around the corner and we need to be thoughtful to the concerns moving forward. He said, absolutely. That is how this gift got started. We recognized with our family that it was very important to look at foreign policy and our national security, and recognizing that the Cold War was ending, but there was far more complicated things coming. So with that, Ed and John Von Cannon put together an incredible plan that was brought to the University Club with my grandmother. My grandfather was no longer living, but we knew that this would be his dream, his desire to continue. So my grandmother, my mother, myself, my cousin Chris, and the rest of the family decided that this was very, very important. We recognize that donor intent is extremely important, and our foundation, the Diana Davis Spencer Foundation, is following the donor intent of my grandfather, my mother's father. This is important for us to continue moving forward. We are educating the trustees that are coming up so that you can be assured that this foundation will not become a Pew or Ford or Rockefeller. It is our desire not to have that happen. Again, I just wanted to thank you all and really to thank Ed and Linda and the team, the original team that was here, and thank the team that's now here. We are under the best leadership. We had the best with Ed and we have the best with Jim. So thank you, and thank you for all continuing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So those words were so important to everybody today. Thank you so much.